middle forearm out. As the middle forearms give you a resistance, roll the inner wrists back in. Sit down and take your hands a little bit wider. And just press the thumbs into the block. Good. Now straighten the legs and walk in. Keep pressing the thumbs into the block to take the shoulder blades into the back. Keep the elbows gripping in, even more swelling. Grip the outer elbows in. Take the hands a little bit wider. Hands wider. Elbows wide, wrists wider. Elbows narrower. Okay, now kick up one leg and then the other leg and come to the wall. Okay, so I'm going to give you some help. Now that you're up, keep the hands pressing. Extend the buttock flesh. Lift the heels to the wall. Good. Go ahead and stay down, Elizabeth. Good. Roll the outer thighs in and extend up through the big toe ball rounds and the inner heels. Inner heels extend. Lift the buttock flesh to the wall, to the ceiling now. Now keep one thigh back, foot at the wall, lifting, bring the other foot down, and rest in Adho Mukha Virasana. Those are coming up. That's enough for you there. You're going to come and use the trestle here and work on the arm work. You can bring your block. Go into the Okay, come and watch. We're going to move on to another variation. But first I want to show you something that I noticed in your poses that's going to be a hindrance as we move into the second variation. So, as some of you came up, look at my armpits. Do you see how the inner armpits are bulging forward? By gripping the outer elbows in, I can take the outer armpits forward. And that allows me to lift the side of the trunk more. Otherwise, the chest collapses and you sink down towards the floor. So here we're going to work on taking the outer armpits forward, which is essential as we move on into this next pose. So again, you can use the strap. Okay, just use your strap on the elbows. Now come and watch. We'll prepare the hands the same way. But now as I grip the outer elbow in, I take not only the forearm, the middle forearm out, the entirety of the hand. And then I grip the wrists towards the block. Can you see? So it's the gripping of the outer wrist in that allows me to turn the hand out. Now maintaining that, pinning the thumbs down towards the floor, I walk in, I take the shoulder blades into the back, and as I kick up, I grip the outer elbows in to keep those outer armpits moving forward. Then I look up at the block. I lift the buttock flesh, I lift the heels, and then I come down one leg at a time. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay. Start with the palms up. You can take the block an inch or so away from the wall, so there's room for your fingers. Take the elbows narrower, then they will end up being narrower than shoulder distance. And then roll them out until they grip on the skin. Now go ahead and turn the palms down at the wall. Keep the elbows gripping strongly. And then from the root of the forearm, roll the forearm out, roll the hand out, and pin the thumb down towards the floor. So now the palm is up towards the ceiling, and you can now grip the block in your wrist. So grip the block with your wrists to keep the hands down. Now straighten the legs, walk in. And as you walk in, continue gripping the outer elbow to the inner elbow, away from the strap to roll the forearm and hand out. And I'm just going to move this block into your wrist. So have the block on your wrist, not the hand. Good. Now walk in, take the shoulder blades into the back. Take the shoulder blades into the back. Lift the hips, lift the buttock, and now kick up. Good. Now, as you grip the outer elbows in, take the outer armpits forward. Lift the buttock flesh, lift the heels. Good. Keep one foot at the wall and lifting as you bring the other foot down. And then rest in Adho Mukha Virasana. Feet together, knees apart. Okay, come on up. You can put your blocks and your straps off to the side. Keep your mats where they are. And come and watch. We're going to do Urdhva upward facing both toes. Elizabeth, you'll be doing Dvipada and Kriya Dandasana in the chair. And if you'd like, you can have a bolster and a blanket under the head. You can also elevate your heels up on two legs. Okay, so come and watch. We're going to do Urdhva. Look first at my feet. Just like we did in the first standing pose, I draw the outer ankle bones back. Can you see? As the outer ankle bones resist back, I have a resistance against which I can roll the front thighs in, the outer thighs in. Okay? Now I bring the hands into position. I take the outer elbows towards each other. Gripping the outer elbows in, I suck the arm bones into the shoulder sockets and then come up to the crown of the head. Where again, I take the outer elbows in, suck the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Now keeping the front thighs rolling in, I press the hands to lift the shoulder blades, I press the feet to lift the buttock. And here I extend the top of the buttock flesh to the back of the knees to lift the tailbone higher. To come down, I'll come to the crown of the head, and then tuck the chin to come up. Let's do it. Have the feet hip distance apart, turn the toes in. You can bring the hands into position. Spread the fingers well. Take the outer ankle bones back so the arch engages. And against the resistance of the outer ankle bones pulling back, roll the outer thighs in. Now press the hands, come to the crown of the head. Grip your outer elbows in. And as you grip the outer elbows in, suck the arm bones into the shoulder sockets. Take your elbows even closer. Good. Now as the arm bones come into the shoulder sockets, begin to lift the shoulder blades into the back. Press the hands to lift the shoulder blades. Press the feet to lift the butt. Turn your toes in. Everybody, turn your toes in. Keep the outer ankle bones gripping in as you roll the outer thighs in. Come on up and in. Okay, come back to the crown of the head and then tuck the chin and come down. Sam, go ahead and get blocks. I'm going to turn you around. You're going to have your hands on those blocks. And come and watch. So there's a similar thing going on here to what was happening in Pincha Mayurasana. So come where you can see my armpits again. As you come up into the pose, what I saw many of you doing was not only allowing the elbows to flare, so you have to keep the outer elbows in, but as the outer elbows flare, what happens to my inner armpits? Can you see? What's that? Yeah, they flare out. Okay, so, yeah, come here and do the pose. Let me show you. Just go ahead and come up into the pose. Come all the way up. Right, so now do you see how this is very much forward of the outer armpit, which is even helping me out here. This is what I saw. This was also what was happening in Pincha Mayurasana. So by gripping the outer elbows in, do you see how nicely those outer armpits are coming forward? Now as the outer armpits come forward, she can lift the armpit chest towards the ceiling even more. Great. Okay, come on down, tuck the head. And let's go ahead and sit up. Turn the toes in, bring the hands overhead. Turn the toes in. Good. Now grip the outer ankle bones back to engage the arch and from the resistance of the ankle bones.
25 minutes.
Wrap the outer thighs in. Good. Take the outer elbows towards each other and then come to the crown of the head. Do you want to turn your toes in? Good. Keep the outer ankle bones coming back. Remember to turn your toes in. So I want to turn your toes in. Roll the outer thighs back. Okay. Suck the arm bones into the shoulder sockets to lift the shoulder blades into the back body. And now straighten the arms. Pressing the hands to lift the shoulder blades. Pressing the feet to lift the tailbone. And now, grip the outer elbows in to take the outer armpits forward. And as you press the hands down, lift the armpit chest up even more. Good. Come to the crown of the head, then tuck the chin, and come on down. We're going to go up one more time. Recover your breath. Bring the hands overhead. Turn the toes in. Elizabeth, if you can here at this point, begin turning the hands out and see if you can externally rotate the arms to get a little more broadness in the chest. Good. Take the outer ankle bones back. Wrap the front outer thighs in. Press the feet to lift the buttock. Press the hands to lift the shoulder blades. Come on up. Turn the toes in. Alex, turn the toes in. Don't let them come out. Press the arms, lift up. Grip the outer elbows in to take the outer armpits forward. Now as the outer armpits come forward, press the hands, straighten the arms, lift the side of the trunk even more. So, Mary Lou, turn your toes in. Good. Now, come back to the crown of the head, tuck the chin, come on down, recover your breath. So sometimes learning to balance the Abhyasa and the Vairagya is not just a matter of learning what actions to do, but also learning how to strike the right mental state. Notice your state, your mental state now. See how the back bends have agitated the mind. So realize now that you can practice some dispassion, some detachment to bring the mental state back to a calmer state of mind. Bend your knees to your chest, roll to the side, come on up. And get set up for Shirshasana. We're going to do Purvrita Ekapada Shirshasana, where the legs split and there's a twisting element in the pose. If you're comfortable doing Shirshasana in the middle of the room, then come to the middle of the room. If you're not stable enough in Shirshasana to do variations, freestanding, then stay up a little. And we'll see if you're going to do Morichiasana 1. But you can watch the demonstration first. Okay, so I'm going to have you all facing this way. So those of you who are at the wall, and those of you in the middle of the room will all be facing the same, right? Coming close so you can see my arms. The arm actions are in some ways very similar to what we were doing in Pinchamayurasana. So here I grip the outer elbow in to roll the middle forearm out, and as the middle forearm rolls out, I take the wrists back in. I come to the back of the crown of the head, and as I walk in, I have to resist the outer armpits forward to lift the hips and lift the abdomen, and then I come on up into Shirshasana. If you want to come up with bent knees, that's fine. Now once I'm up, just as we did in Pinchamayurasana, I extend the buttock flesh to the heels, and the heels to the wall, and then I roll the outer thighs in, and I extend up through the big toe ball mounds, and I keep extending through the big toe ball mounds as I begin to split the legs. So here I bring the right leg back and the left leg forward, and observe how I'm bringing the right leg back quicker than I'm bringing the left leg forward, because the left leg wants to come down, the right leg doesn't. Now I get to a point where the right leg doesn't want to come down anymore, so I lift the buttock, and I roll the outer thigh in, and press the front of the right thigh to the back of the right thigh to take it down. And then extending through the big toe ball mounds, I begin to twist. But again, I have to practice
not only a Vyasa here, and I have